Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another video. In today's video, we will be looking at G-Force Legends, meaning roller coasters with high G-Force amounts that I have been on. For those of you that don't know, G-Forces are what your body experiences, the force times gravity. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Our first roller coaster is Rock 'n' Roller Coaster at Disney's Hollywood Studios in Florida, which is actually currently being refurbished into a Muppet-themed roller coaster. Rock 'n' Roller Coaster has 5 G-forces. It has a height of 80 feet, a speed of 57 miles per hour, and 3 inversions. It is a pretty intense roller coaster. You can't really tell what's going on through the dark. The effects are nice and the head choppers are nice. But you really do feel those G's. It's very intense and honestly a little bit rough. But yeah, you really do feel that throughout the entirety of the ride, especially with the first launch and the inversions. Number 2 is Millennium Force at Cedar Point. Millennium Force has 4.5 Gs, as does pretty much every Giga coaster. It has a height of 310 feet and a top speed of 93 miles per hour. Millennium Force's main Gs are felt at the bottom of its first drop, and, well, 4.5 is pretty good. It's not 5, but it's still pretty good. Every coaster in this video will have at least 4 Gs. And it's pretty much just felt at that first drop. Otherwise, the coaster is pretty forceless. But yes, 4.5 Gs is still pretty impressive. And after that 300-foot drop, you really do feel them. So yeah, very good. So next up, we have Flight of Fear at King's Dominion. Flight of Fear is like Rock 'n' Roller Coaster. It is an indoor spaghetti bowl roller coaster. And it has 4.5 Gs. So 0.5 less than Rock 'n' Roller Coaster, a top speed of 54 miles per hour, a height of 74 feet, and 4 inversions. Flight of Fear is less intense than Rock 'n' Roller Coaster, but after that first launch and that inversion, you really do feel those forces on you. It's the same amount that you do feel on Millennium Force, but it's very intense and, like Rock 'n' Roller Coaster, a little bit rough because of how many Gs you experience. Pretty intense roller coaster as well, not quite as intense as Millennium Force or Rock 'n' Roller Coaster. Next up, we do have Jersey Devil at Six Flags Great Adventure. Jersey Devil has the least G so far, 4.25, a height of 130 feet, a speed of 58 miles per hour, and 3 inversions. Now, the reason I picked this roller coaster, not only because it has 4 plus Gs, but also because you really do feel those Gs. This is an RMC Raptor, meaning it's a very intense roller coaster. You get really good Gs on that, and you really do feel them more than, honestly, Millennium Forces. So, this coaster is very intense throughout the ride. It does actually lose its pacing, obviously, but at the height of those Gs, you really do feel them. They're very intense. Very nice roller coaster. Smooth, and Raptors are pretty relentless. Next up, we have El Toro, also at Six Flags Great Adventure. This has 4.4 G-forces, a height of 181 feet, and 70 mile per hour top speed. Now, this is really felt at the bottom of that huge first drop. This is a Woody, so you feel it even more because the thing vibrates when you feel those Gs. And at the height of those Gs, it's very intense, especially after that huge, almost vertical drop. It's very intense at the height, as I said, and yeah, overall, just pretty crazy to feel on that drop. Next up, we have Medusa at Six Flags Great Adventure as well. This has 4 Gs, a height of 142 feet, speed of 61 miles per hour, and 7 inversions. Unlike its other floorless counterparts, this has more Gs, and it's, in my opinion, more intense at its peak. You really do feel those forces throughout those tall loops and inversions, especially at the bottom of that first drop. This coaster is surprisingly intense at the beginning, and you do feel those 4Gs. 4Gs is reasonable. I didn't think there was more than that. I actually thought there might have been less at the beginning. But yeah, Medusa, pretty good, not as intense or as many Gs as the others, but still pretty solid for G-forces there. Next up is Pantheon at Busch Gardens, Williamsburg. Pantheon has 4.5 Gs, a height of 180 feet, a speed of 73 miles per hour, and 2 inversions. This roller coaster is very intense. It's an Intamin, so it's pretty expected, but the 4.5 G-forces, the same as a Giga coaster, keep in mind, is really felt at the bottom of that top hat, and throughout the ride, it can be pretty intense, especially during the second half. The bottom of the top hat is a vertical drop, and like so, it's very, very intense, especially throughout that sharp turn. You really do feel the intensity throughout your body. Those forces of gravity are really, really felt. And it has good intensity. It's not rough intensity. Some of these do have somewhat rough intensity. Pantheon has some really good intensity, like our next coaster, Velocicoaster, which has the most G-forces on this list with 5.25. It has a height of 155 feet, a speed of 70 miles per hour, and 4 inversions. This is my current number 1. And it has very good intensity throughout the ride. The Mosasaurus roll, the 0G roll, or stall, sorry. The bottom of that second top hat. It is very impressive as a roller coaster. And I really do love it. The Gs are good Gs. Like Pantheon. I mean, you really, I don't think notice the Gs as much on this because of how just like good it is. Gs aren't necessarily a bad thing, but still. Velocicoaster, great roller coaster, intense throughout the ride, many Gs. So I love this coaster, I really do. Last but not least, we have an example of not good Gs. Corkscrew at Cedar Point. Corkscrew has 5 G-forces, a height of 85 feet, a top speed of 48 miles per hour, and 3 inversions. This ride is very rough, and you experience those Gs on those corkscrews and the vertical loop. I mean, definitely the worst Gs on this entire list. Not the highest or anything, but just the worst example. Like, this is a great example of bad Gs. Corkscrew is, I want it torn down. It has 5 Gs, so same as Rock and Roller Coaster, but Rock and Roller Coaster is better. Now, some of these on this list were rough, some of them had good Gs, but either way, they are all G-Force legends. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you for watching this video.